Financial Armageddon. That's where Maine Republicans say the state is headed if changes aren't made when it comes to fraud involving MaineCare. This comes after the Maine Department of Health and Human Services last week temporarily suspended all payments to Gateway Community Services. A third audit of the organization found the state had overpaid Gateway by more than $1 million between March of 2021 and December of 2022. Previous audits determined Gateway was overpaid more than $600,000 between 2015 and 2018. The organization provides services to immigrants and refugees. Today in Augusta, Republicans called on Democrats and state agencies to cooperate with a U.S. House Oversight Committee investigation into the matter and other fraud cases. A Democrat from South Portland, Representative Decca DeLocke, is the former Assistant Executive Director of Gateway and currently sits on the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee. Republicans say they will ask for the removal of DeLocke from that committee.
We believe that that is a serious conflict, that someone under investigation by Congress with this level of fraud should sit on that committee.
If you don't think that the Trump administration is serious about getting a handle on this, you're probably on another planet. This is going to have implications for the state of Maine in the billions with a B of dollars. This will spell financial Armageddon for our state.
In a statement from DeLocke, she said she only worked for Gateway for less than 1 year and, quote, I had no involvement with the organization's billing practices, including its billing of MaineCare. Any accusations that I participated in illegal activities aren't just unequivocally false, they are also reckless and harmful, unquote. The full statement can be found on our website.